Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning to the episode of TheWunderkindShow. Today's second topic, ego, is what's killing the Baltimore Ravens. Look. Guys, I'm going to be real with y'all. I was sitting here going over some of the stuff that plagues the Ravens last season. Offensive line, defensive mishaps, coaching, and going over all those things, there was one glaring word that seemed to have come up in all of those things that nobody's pointed out. And I'm talking strictly and specifically to the heads when I'm talking like this. I'm not talking to the players, because a lot of the players demonstrated, especially Marcus Williams, demonstrated great professionalism, especially when you're this high-paid defensive guy. You start to stink up the joint, and they want to go in a different area, and everyone's kind of blaming you, and you still don't destroy team chemistry. You try to help out the guys that need help. You come to practice every day like a true professional, and you handle your business. So this is not directed at the players, no. It's directed at the coaches and the front office. And the word that I'm looking up, that I feel totally has been the biggest problem with the Ravens, is ego. That's right. 3-letter word, guys, ego. I'm going to show you something real quick, right? Just so you understand exactly what this means, right? Now, if you want philosophy or whatever, psychoanalysis, whatever, it says the part of the mind that mediates between the conscious and the unconscious and is responsible for reality testing and a sense of personal identity. Talking to someone on this one. Now, if you want to go, this is an overview of it. It says a person's sense of self or how they see themselves and their place in the world. That's even a better definition. Guys, that's been the problem with the Ravens. Because what they've done is they've perceived themselves to be better than what they are. You ever watched Game of Thrones? Great series. I know there's a lot of nudity and stuff like that in it, but nonetheless, it was a great series. Do you remember when the Lannister head told to Cersei Lannister and said, "You're not as smart as you think you are"? And there's nothing worse than when somebody thinks they're smarter than everyone else in the room and they're not. That's the Baltimore Ravens. Just like Cersei, they're not dumb, they're not idiotic, but they have glaring faults that they refuse to address. And then they will get mad and become petty for people that address their faults. And they're so petty that, like I told you before, they always feel like they have to one-up everybody around them. If that's not the perfect explanation for a Cersei Lannister, I don't know what is. And that is called ego. And I'm looking at the Falele. I'm looking at the Brandon Stevens. I'm looking at this O-line in its entirety. And I asked myself this. I said, what was been the problem? And it's ego. It's the fact that the Ravens refuse. Like, it's just like now that you're hearing all of this propaganda going on. The Ravens O-line was great this year. Falele only allowed 1 sack. That's all you're seeing coming out. You're not seeing anything else come out about the Baltimore Ravens. Even with all the Tucker stuff going on, none of that's coming out. But the offensive line, yup, that's coming out immediately right now. Why is that? Why is it that that's what everyone's looking at? And why is everybody believing the lie? But then you have to ask yourself, like always, it's the Ravens trying to control the narrative. Same way they tried to control the narrative during Lamar Jackson's contract dispute when Lamar had come out multiple times and said, I'm not saying anything. So it has to be coming from y'all on the Ravens, like, oh, it's not us. There's no way it's us. Then you have multiple people saying they have people in the organization saying X, Y, Z. Remember when, I forgot who it was, but it was one of those news media analysts, and they said, oh, I heard that you don't have a good work ethic. And Lamar Jackson looked at him and said, who told you that? He said, I got my sources. They're trying to control the narrative about this horrible O-line. Now, I know people don't want to call it horrible, but it is what it is. It's horrible. Are there worse offensive lines? Yes. There are. But I can make an argument that we have a bottom 10 O-line in the league. Easily, I might add. The O-line should be even better than what they are because of the threat of a Lamar Jackson. And they're not. The O-line should be even better than they are because of the threat of a Derrick Henry. And they're not. And instead of addressing those situations, the Ravens' egos are telling them, hey, I'm smart. I know what I'm doing. We know what we're doing. We're great. We're amazing. We're one of one. We're legend. Wait for it. I need some milk. Oh, yeah, dairy. And that's why nothing really gets fixed. Nothing. You even have the changing of history on how Lamar Jackson became a Baltimore Raven. Because everybody wants to pat themselves on the back. Everybody wants to say, I'm the guy, I'm so smart, I'm so smart. When in actuality, you're being foolish. I don't care what grade you're in. If you're in middle school, high school, elementary school, if you're in college, if you're in the pros, everybody will agree that when you're building a team, the three most important parts of that team is the quarterback, the offensive line, and the D-line. That's just how it goes. The D-line dictates if you can stop the run with just 4. So it dictates how you can play coverage. The O-line dictates how the quarterback can handle the pass rush, how well he can handle the blitz, how certain routes will be run. Because if you're getting pressure, you have to go to a quick game. Or if you're not getting pressure, they can take some shots down the field. All of those things play a part in the success and how a team plays. The Ravens know their weaknesses and have failed to properly address it. And now they are literally saying, hey, we know what we're doing. We got a Pro Bowler now at guard, and he's getting better. You can't teach 6'8". You can't teach 375 pounds. So guess what? We know what we're doing. Watch this. And to me, it's nothing short of foolish based on the fact that all you're doing at this point is rolling the dice with the health of your big money ticket. And that's undoubtedly, indiscriminately, Lamar Demetrius Jackson. Now look, I know some people are going to get in their feelings and be like, oh, I don't know why you're complaining about the O-line. Because all of you will not say anything until something truly bad happens. I like to have foresight. Oh, that might happen right there. Let me do this just in case. That's the reason why you have insurance, right? That's the reason why when you drive your car, you drive with jumper cables, right? Spare tire, right? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And now there's reports that the Ravens might move on from Ronnie Stanley. And Ronnie Stanley wasn't great at all, but My thing is, the right side of your line was so bad that you couldn't even run that way for multiple weeks. And the best that it got was inconsistent at its best. All of these problems are wrapped in one word: ego. And the Ravens refuse to address that. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's ego? Do you think that's part of the problem? Or do you think, no, there's another problem going on? Let me know what you think down in the comment section, please, all right? But as always, that's an episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. And now we get down. Guys, you already see I'm still fighting with my throat. It is what it is. I'm going to keep giving y'all this work. But, guys, do not forget, tune into The Wunderkind Morning Show. Please like and subscribe. It is there. It will be in the description in this video also. And please don't forget to like, subscribe to that notification bell. But like always, it's another episode of The Wunderkind Show. This is your Natural signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp.
Finish him, Daddy.